Shabbat Shalom. This week is Parshat Mishpatim, and Mishpatim literally means laws. And this week's Parsha is really a transition from everything that preceded it, of narratives, of these very beautiful and dramatic and intense and meaningful and inspiring stories throughout Sefer Breshit, throughout the book of Genesis, and into the beginning half of Exodus, of Shemot, with the climax of last week's Parsha of the revelation at Sinai, of Matan Torah, of receiving the Torah on Har Sinai. And then we begin this Parsha, and it is law after law after law, just verses and verses of laws, until we get to chapter 23, verse 20. And then it almost sounds like the narrative is returning. So I'll read you that verse. God says to the people, I'm sending you an angel before you to guard you as you go on the way. And the angel will bring you to this place that I prepared for you. And whenever I read this verse, it gives me this just really warm feeling that there is this like angel. I sometimes think of it as the Yetzer Tov, this good inclination that is with us, that is holding our hand, that is guiding us, helping us make those hard decisions, sitting with us during the difficult times, and reminding us that we're never really totally alone. And that image is so, for me, heartwarming and beautiful. But I realized this time when I was reading through the Parsha that it's actually followed by a verse that kind of challenges the beauty and the warmth that I think is present in that verse. And that's the following verse, verse 21, which goes as follows. Hishamer mipanav. Pay heed of it, right? Be afraid of this angel, or be really careful around this angel, and obey him, obey the angel. Do not defy the angel, for the angel will not pardon your offenses, since my name is in him. And when I read this, I had a moment where I was like, maybe this angel is not at all what I had been picturing. Maybe it isn't this warm, compassionate, hand-holding type of being. Maybe it's like this judge, I almost had the thought of maybe it's the Yetzer Hara, maybe it's this more connected to the evil inclination, something harsh that's coming towards the people, and it's really just trying to keep them in line and make sure that they're obeying all of the laws that are coming and all of the laws that began this week's Parsha. And I'm struggling with this, and then I spoke to someone who teaches Musar, who teaches a lot of ethical development, and she started talking about the Yetzer Hara, this evil inclination, in a way that really shifted the way that I thought about it. She was kind of saying that it's this force that helps us by challenging us. It's not there necessarily to hurt us or to make us sin or to lead us astray or to make us feel bad about who we are, but it's something that comes to say, you're having a hard day. Get up anyway, right? You're stuck. You can do this. Get up. It doesn't say it like that though, right? But like pushes you to keep going, but with a harder feeling to it. And it also might present us with challenges that we can then overcome and realize the strength inside of us that we never would have realized had we not endured those challenges. And so now when I'm thinking about these two verses juxtaposed to one another, describing this angel, I'm looking at them as coming at the end of a slew of laws, and really a sandwich because there's so many more laws to come. And I'm just thinking about Bnei Israel, the Jewish people, having gone through this exodus from Egypt. They're now free, and now they've been given this huge task to keep the Torah, to hold the Torah, to carry the Torah. And that must have felt incredibly overwhelming. And now God says, I'm going to give you this being, this angel that's going to help you do this, that's going to help guide you. And sometimes what you'll need is this hand-holding, soft guidance. And sometimes what you'll need is more of a, no, let's get back on track. Let's figure out a way forward. Let's not sit too long in one place. Let's keep going on this journey. And it's really the combination of those two forces that are going to get you to the promised land. So I am hoping that this Shabbat, whatever big pieces you're carrying, it might be something like starting a new endeavor, you're starting a new job, you're starting a new project, you have a new task at hand. Or it could be that you're carrying a heavy burden because you're caring for so many other people who are struggling at this time. Or maybe you just feel like you have so much on your plate, your to-do list is endless. And these tasks, so many tasks, is very hard to bear. And whichever it is or whatever it is that you're facing, that you're carrying yourself, I hope that this image of the angel will be there for you and carry you through. And that sometimes you'll feel like you have this angel there that is holding your hand in the moments where you want that, the moments where that's nurturing and caring for you, when you need someone to sit with, when you need someone to tell you that it's okay, and when you need someone to kind of help guide you forward in a soft and gentle way. And in other moments, if you feel like you need a different type of encouragement, you need to be challenged, you need to be pushed, you need to be kind of encouraged in a strong way. And I hope you feel like you can access the other element of the angel that we see in the second verse, in verse 21. And I hope that the combination of those two care for you and allow you to care for yourself as you head into the Shabbat and the weeks ahead, as we continue the journey through the desert. Shabbat Shalom.